And that's when you look at the excitement for the game, that precedent, as you mentioned, and Cincinnati immediately going right inside.
Scott, Johnson, Van Geitenbeek, Littlepage Buggs, and Fauntleroy. Van Geitenbeek for three. I mentioned Fauntleroy, she had a...
Forcing the turnovers, but then getting out in transition early and minimizing the opportunity for half-court turnovers.
There's Littlepage Buggs, the only player in the Big 12 averaging a double-double. Catches it on the slip here, out to Van Geitenbeek, and she starts hot. They're too good to give them multiple possessions, but they can't capitalize on the second chance points. DeVillesi ties it at 6.
And their depth to their advantage, trying to wear Baylor out with fresh energy.
Off the back leg, Maya Perry connects. Good to see Perry get going. She had been struggling lately. Nice back foot jumper there to give. And I think worse for wear there, Bella Fauntleroy got banged up on that play. But the play doesn't stop as Perry comes away with a steal. It's knocked out of the hands of Van Geitenbeek by Crawford. Cincinnati scrambling defensively here, and a great find. Wide open on the block, it's Littlepage Buggs. The game clock here in this first quarter is at 10. Cincinnati can hold for the final shot. Perry lines up the triple and cashes in.
Maya Perry missed her first three, missed her second one, but now offense for themselves. That's always the delicate balance of a coach.
Alexander hits.
Well, Van Geitenbeek wastes no time off of that miss, immediately pushing right up in transition. No one stops the ball deep enough, but it needs to move in more hands and get more east-west action.
Quick trigger, Fauntleroy connects again.
Is that now the second three-pointer for Fauntleroy?
Perry forces one up, and it was blocked. Baylor leads the Big 12 with 7 blocks per game. And another one goes for Scott.
Of the roster, staying true to the defensive principles of Baylor.
Right at the shot clock buzzer, Crawford connects.
Well, there were no defensive principles there at that possession. Great shot by Joya Crawford. Coach Merriweather says when the shot clock is winding down, ball in the hands of Crawford is where she likes to have it.
Now Baylor's heating up from 3. Scott has hit 2 in a row. Crawford only came in at 17% from 3. But maybe it's better when you don't really interior threat, most experienced veteran in general on the bench with a couple of fouls. So far, so good with Johnson knocking it in.
Well, take a look at the Baylor defense. Without Littlepage Buggs on the court, it's going to affect the way that they move and rotate and transition. But Kalia DeVillesi gives no room for the Baylor defense to make any adjustments. Right down the court, finds a little gap and a pull-up J.
Step back for Scott, and she drains it again.
Talia Scott is so smooth with her three-point shot. 3 for 6, just that quick. 9 points.
Off the screen, Perry, she hits again. It's like a prize fight. They're just trading blows at this point.
And she didn't have her hands on the stove.
Through the contact with a foul. DeVillesi, chance for a 3-point play.
Kalia DeVillesi basket can do, it can enter.
Van Geitenbeek hits. And you've talked about it all day, AB. They're playing a dangerous game with her alone out there.
You saw that one coming. Jana Van Geitenbeek was sitting at the three-point line waiting for the ball to enter in her hands. She knew she was going to shoot it.
Crawford answers right back.
Geitenbeek now 3 for 5 from the 3, and Joya Crawford, the freshman,
who for a number of years were led by Pat Summitt, now Kim Caldwell and Gina Wariema's UConn Huskies. This for the lead for Crawford.
We talk a little bit about the things that separate players and sometimes really take effect for Cincinnati. They're limiting the second chance opportunities for Baylor.
Jab step 3, Jackson, she connects.
Well, Reagan Jackson has struggled from the 3 a little bit this year as she's embraced a new leadership role with this squad. But at the big moment, Reagan Jackson delivers on that jab step 3.
Van Geitenbeek, the silencer.
You've got Kalia DeVillesi and Joya Crawford with the defensive assignments.
Tough work inside for Carden after nearly losing it a couple of times.
Mary Carden kept it simple. Nice footwork, and a strong, solid move through a lot of defensive contact by Abraham.
Scott, nothing but net from long range.
Keeping the game simple. And then for Baylor on the other end, right now the game is simple.
Dump down, here's Abraham. That's short. Little Paige Buggs, look at her go inside for the rebound.
Again, Maya Perry trying to single rebound against Little Paige Buggs.
She could be blonde, she could be brunette, it doesn't matter, AB. She's gonna get buckets in Fifth Third Arena.
I love it, Anthony. New hair, don't care.
Another rebound, Little Paige Buggs, it's what she does best.
Cincinnati be very intentional about making early post feeds, getting the ball inside to Destiny Thomas.
Long two is good. DeVillisi knocks it down. Scott, dump down, Little Paige Buggs has the position. Against West Virginia on Sunday, Cincinnati trying to do the same after a loss against Houston on Sunday. Scott lets it fly.
So Talia Scott, 19 points, 5 for 11 from the three, is right now the X factor. She's making it happen for all of the Baylor scorers.
Fauntleroy connects.
And when they get the ball in those clutch situations, Baylor players never get frazzled.
Up and in for Mary Carden, who's played some great minutes here in this second half.
Most favorite point guards in the game out there playing, and of course Tashia Phillips, Amber Harris.
A couple of those Xavier teams went to NCAA tournaments. How about that block for Fauntleroy?
Talia Scott wisely backing it up into a middle ball screen to use some clock.
Feeds Abraham. And one for Kyla Abraham.
Therefore, the roller and the diver are open. Maya Perry, help side is there. It was just a little bit too late.
Cincinnati beats it with a combination of Bird and Thomas playing catch. Off the screen, Scott runs into Thomas.
What a great block by Destiny Thomas.
Perry off that back leg again.
She understands the moment and the clock. A minute and a half left. Cincinnati needs to score quick.
Great pass to find Torrance on the baseline.
We've seen Cincinnati be able to shut down Baylor defensively.
Scott right to the rim. Rebound, Crawford. Time not on Cincinnati's side here. Perry lets it go. It's good. A line drive shot and it falls for Perry. It's out of bounds. They call it off of.
For a shot that possession, and Maya Perry didn't even have any daylight.
Perry into the front court. And it's way off, and that's it. Now, Cincinnati gave it a good fight, but it's not enough in the end. Baylor holds on the road, 76-60, a 20th win for the Baylor Bears.